YouTube, this is Jen, your pudgy picker. We're going to try this again. I have had so many phone calls. I'm about ready to pull my hair out. So let's try to get through this without a phone call. Went to Savers today. Spent more than I've ever spent there. I had a 30% off punch card, which ends at the end of the month. They still do the punch card for donations, which I did take 3 bags in. So I almost have a full one of those. So when they added everything up, it came to like $80-some, and I just about passed out on the floor. I don't usually spend that much at thrift stores, but it came to like $50-some once the 30% was off. So I'm going to show you the prices. Just keep in mind, it's a third off of what you see. Well, almost a third. So let me show you what I got. I got these baskets. My sister Kim and I, hi Kim, hi. We are addicted to baskets and containers, and I saw these and I was like, oh, that's really cute. They were all nested inside of each other. $5.99. So when I saw them, I opened up the lid and there's 2 more, and I'm like, oh, I gotta buy these. So not sure quite yet what I'm gonna do with those, but they are very, 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 very cute. Got another container for my Lucky Bamboo. I tell you, these Lucky Bamboos are selling like hotcakes. It's crazy. So I'm always kind of keeping my eye out for those, and I thought that was a very pretty one. It's got that crackly look, crazing as they call it, and that was $2 with my discount. Got 2 bags. They have these folded up in a big basket at the front counter. And I always grab a couple when I'm in there to use for my donating. So you get a bag, fill it up, take it back. Pretty good deal. This was a really cool item, and I had to kind of look at it to figure out what it was. These are cookie cutters. They're mustaches. So what you do is you use one size to cut out the cookie, and then you turn it over, and it's got this little thing on it, and then you press that on the cookie to make the indent so it looks like a mustache. Isn't that cool? So not sure where I'm going to sell those yet, but $1.99, couldn't pass that up. I got another jewelry tree. We go through a lot of these at my booth. They sell like crazy, especially these ones that an adult can use as well as a young girl. It's a little bit dusty, dirty, a little bit of elbow grease. That'll be just fine. That was essentially $2 with the discount. This is neat. You can hang, your rings and your earrings and your bracelets, and even put little stuff on the bottom if it won't hang up on the tree. Found me a light box. I've told you before how I use this to take pictures of my 35mm slides to sell on eBay. Very cheap setup. My sister has one just like this that I borrowed. Look at that, the light bulb's still in bubble wrap. So this one is a Doris brand, and I don't know how much it was originally, but it was only $4.99, and I got 30% off. So now I got my own light box. Isn't that cool? So now I got to remember to return my sister's. And yes, I am going to be doing a video on how to take pictures of 35mm slides to sell on eBay. Keep in mind there's of course going to be more expensive ways you can do it, or easier ways you could maybe do it if you do it a lot. I don't sell them that often, so something like this would be perfectly fine for what I need. I got these jars because I've been selling a ton of shells. I got a ton of shells maybe a year ago. I don't know if you remember from the auction. A lot of shells. So what I've been doing is picking up these little cheapy jars, filling them up. I put a little bit of raffia, and then I glue one of the shells on the outside, and I'm selling them for like 10 to 14 bucks a piece. So I went ahead and picked these up. I like how the corks look kind of tired and old, which is kind of cool. These say made in Spain. They're very, very heavy, thick glass. So those were essentially $2. This one is a triangle shape. It was $2.99. And this one is round, and it was $2.99. So essentially, with my 30% off, It was $2 each on these. So not a bad investment. I will be prepping those, and maybe I'll show you how I do those too. You know, any way you can stage an item. We're finding in our new antique mall that we've been in since September that people like things that are already kind of done or staged. The old antique mall we used to be in you could put pieces, parts of this and that, and people would pick them up and they would know what to do with them. But it seems like this area, people just want to grab it and go. So I will definitely do that because I have, like I said, an absolute ton of shells. These earrings, I kid you not, I've looked at them the last 3 weeks I've been at this Savers. And I don't like the big long earring hoop they're on, but I buy silver fishhook style earring tops, and then I can buy the cheapy earrings and then I just replace the top because my body has a champagne appetite on a beer budget, and if I wear anything cheapy for very long, even over a day, my ears they get itchy and I'm allergic. So I will be changing out the tops, but aren't they cute? After the 3rd week, I said, you know what? Just pick the dumb things up and buy them. They're only $2 with the 3rd off, but they're just so cute. I have enough brooches. You know I buy a lot of brooches for my booth, and they've been selling between $8 and $14 a piece, or a little more. This one is just so unique. It's a metal snake. He was $3.99 and then a 3rd off. I also, if you can see, now does anybody know what that building is? No cheating. This is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it is a keychain. I've been wanting to get a keychain. I had a little plastic heart on my key ring because my husband and I's keys look alike, and whenever you ask the kids to go grab them, they don't know which is which. So I knew I needed another keychain because my heart fell off. And I found it a few times and it finally just plain fell off and it's gone. So I lost my heart. Not in San Francisco, somewhere in Ohio, I am sure. But this was originally $4.99 and then it was at the store $1.99, and then of course it was a 3rd off. Isn't that cool? In fact, they had several, and it still even has the little protective plastic over the metal. So yeah, somebody bought those and didn't go over well. 2 salt and pepper shaker sets. These are vintage blue willow. They don't have the stoppers in them, but they are just so beautiful, and I love the shape. They almost look like a teacup. These were only $2.99, and then of course $2 with my 30% off. These are newer ones. They look like a little dish. It's leaves with 2 acorns. Aren't they cute? That was also $2. This is so cool. This is a magnifying glass, of course. It is super heavy. It is definitely old or vintage. And it has this awesome anchor at the bottom. It has this, so I'm sure it attached to something or something attached to it. But I was like, that's really awesome. So, and that was a little more than I would normally spend. It was $9.99, but of course I got $3.33 off, so it was well worth it. Do a little research on that, but I'm going to price that one high. Either it'll go on eBay or it'll probably go in my booth, one way or the other. This is really cute. $2.99. They are Rifle Paper Company Bon Voyage coasters, and there's 8 of them. There's 4 designs. There's Paris, London, New York, and Tokyo. So there's 2 of each. They're just like the paper coasters, but they're very cute, and people like this kind of stuff. So that was a good buy. I got 2 pieces of fabric. Both of these pieces got a lot on them. This is a very vibrant color with lots of butterflies and dragonflies, and it was only $3.99. And then I got this real pretty violet. This would make such a cute little girl's dress. It was $2.99 and then a 3rd off. I'm going to put this on eBay. This is contact paper, and it was $1.99, and it is a cow pattern. You could tell it's vintage because when they sell them now, there's not anywhere near as much as on here. So that was a good deal. These I got from my booth. They are just so cute. And they were only $1.99. They're not real big, but just to give you an interesting fact, anything, because of the bed bug scares and bed bug problems that are going around, any secondhand store has to spray and disinfect any of their items that are stuffed or things that you lounge on, like furniture, or you lounge with, like quilts. They have to be sprayed, and they have to have this tag. Now, if somebody comes in, an inspector would come into our antique mall and find an item that is not sprayed and does not have this identifying tag, you can be fined like $400, which is crazy. But I get it. They got to stop it somehow. And these are just too adorable. I got 2 of them. And the other thing is, if I buy it at a thrift store, I can actually leave this on. I don't have to take it to my store and have it re-sprayed there. The only exception to this is if you have a piece of furniture or a quilt. I know this is probably boring, but this is the things you have to learn if you have an antique booth. If you have a quilt or you have a chair that has the original stuffing and it is over 50 years old, it is considered an antique and you do not have to have it treated. So there you go. Now, if you get a chair, like this one, actually, I reupholstered myself several years ago, and it had a mohair stuffing. Now, if I would have left it alone, you could resell it, but I did reupholster it. So if you reupholster it, it has to be sprayed. So, whew, there you go. That's the long and short of it. Don't know how interested you are, but let's move on. I got another basket. I can't help myself. This one is so well made. It has the wooden bottom, and it just has such a nice tight weave on it, and it's in great condition. Might take the handle off. Whenever we have anything that we like to display in our booth, we like to have baskets instead of like a plastic bin or a cardboard box, which some people do. It just doesn't look good. So this was only $4.99, and then it was on sale, of course. I got this, and I'm starting to think I probably should have just left it behind. This is a metal, I don't know, what would you call it? A caddy. You open it up, you can put your sewing and stuff. My mother had one with, sewing and mending and stuff. And then you can also fold it up and then carry it with you. This one is really got a cool pattern on it. It is definitely very vintage, but it has a tear. So if I put this on eBay, I'm going to have to just disclose that. Plus the inside pocket is tearing, so I may just end up cutting that out. It's fully lined. It's very cute. I told the lady when I checked out, she went, ooh, and I said, yeah, it's so ugly, it's cute. And she looked at me like, no, it's ugly. But I figured for the price, it was essentially only $2 with my discount. So, you know what? Somebody will love it, and if they don't, I can either make another cover for myself, like I got the time, or just redonate. But it's so ugly, it's cool. But you could tell it's been sitting somewhere. So I'm probably just going to take the vacuum sweeper and just sweep it out and sweep it off. So that's all I got. My goodness, that was a lot of talking. I need a drink, which I have one. So hopefully you enjoyed this haul. Hey, it's a little more than I usually have, but nice to see the table in the dining room full when I go to do a video. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Are you at an antique booth? What is their policy for spraying or having things that are certified that they're sprayed? The other thing is, I almost forgot, is if you don't have it sprayed and you try and sneak it by and just find a tag or make a copy and put it on there, they have some kind of detector they wave over it to see if it has been treated. And if it hasn't, then you're in trouble. And if you vouch for where you got it sprayed and they didn't spray enough of the chemical on there, they can go back on the people who originally were supposed to have sprayed it. So I think I need to take it easy and just close my mouth for an hour or two. So I'm off to list, but that's all I got. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and also subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. Until then, happy picking. Bye.